Hello, and welcome to Kopeki Sessions. I had to pay a little homage to Rashonda because I love how she's like, hello and welcome. Anyway, hello. Welcome to Kopeki. I'm Nicole, and I'm your voice through the maze. If you know me personally, which many of you don't, you you would have heard me say that the world doesn't need another podcast, clearly. Well, here I am with another podcast. And honestly, I am happy to be here because I get to talk about story. And one thing I love talking about is story. But first, let me start with a little housekeeping. It is called kapeki, or and in Swahili, it is pronounced kapeke. The word is derived from Swahili and it means unique, one of a kind, or exclusive. We're not too heavy on the exclusive part, but we deeply love the idea of being unique because stories are unique. They are unique to the person that is telling them, and they are unique to the person that is receiving them. Story is about a relationship between the two, a symbiotic exchange, if you will, and that relationship deserves to be celebrated because we believe everybody brings a piece of them, whether creating the story or reading the story. You bring a piece of your experience to it. So, with that, I'd like to welcome you to Capeki. And if you've been on the site, you're like, okay, what is this? And what we are is a digital book publisher built to champion storytellers with bold voices, fresh perspectives, and stories that deserve to be seen. If I'm being totally honest, Capeki is also my love child. I created it because I wanted there to be a place for underrepresented authors, whether women, Latinas, Latinos, people of color. I want a place where their stories, which are usually overlooked elsewhere, could be uplifted here. This is just phase one of a bigger vision. But right now we're focused on storytellers and their unique voices. And in time, Capecchi will continue to grow into something even bigger. And I'm gonna be really honest, I'm reading from a script. So I make sure I say what needs to be said and I don't ramble on. So if you hear me pause, just bear with me. This is my first podcast. I am also a writer, so I stay behind the scenes quite a bit. That's my happy place. So this for me is embracing something different, something new. And so this is my first time, so bear with me. Um, I was asked at one point, why does Capecchi need to exist? And there's a flippant answer and there's a deeply rooted, structural, institutionalized answer. But in short, publishing can feel closed, traditional publishing, I should say, can feel a bit closed off. Um, Sometimes traditional publishing can feel like a clique. Like you want to get in the clique with the popular kids in high school, but you really don't want to get in the clique because it's weird being in a clique, but those are all the cool kids. Yeah, that's kind of traditional publishing. And with the onslaught of publishers merging, sometimes it's becoming harder and harder to get into these publishing houses. And on the other hand, self-publishing can sometimes feel like shouting into a void. Hey, I wrote a book. Hey, read my book. Hey, buy my book. And there are so many people with books that they want to sell, which is fine, with no strategy, marketing strategy, um, ways to get their book in front of people. And so I wanted to build something that was that filled the void between those two spaces, so to speak. A lot of talent gets lost, and it gets lost because it doesn't fit a certain, let's say, structure of what people want to relate to, that, people in suits make specific decisions, and we'll leave that there. I'm not trying to be controversial, and I'm not really t tearing down traditional publishing or self-publishing. I just feel like there is a community in between that can be served and that could uplift voices. And what we want to do is uplift these brilliant voices, these unexpected stories, and people who have real things to say. Capecchi exists because there should be room for everybody. Not sameness, not trend chasing, not gatekeeping, but room for originality, room for truth, and room for voice. Now, I can't possibly print all these voices, so we are curating them as we go, but I do believe that there is a lot there in between the margins. So, Capecchi is for writers. It's for new writers, it's for emerging writers, writers with bold ideas and not sure the roadmap they want to take, writers who have something powerful to say. But Capecchi is also for readers, readers who are tired of the same thing, readers who want to discover voices before everybody else does. I know I like finding new things before everybody else gets on a bandwagon. And for readers who love the thrill of finding a story that actually moves them. If you love originality, then this is where you belong. Um, s- Digital publishing. Excuse me. I'm trying not to say but we do that. Why digital publishing? I would like to say that this is how people live. And most of us spend a large part of our lives in front of some kind of screen, rather computer, phone, tablet. So, digital publishing and strictly digital publishing allows us to meet readers where they are. It gives them accessibility, reach, speed, flexibility. It allows us to build products with intention. We're not I'm not interested in rushing content into the world. We're interested in crafting experiences. And right now, those experiences are beginning with our short stories and selected works for new and emerging writers. Some of our authors have incredible stories, and some of them can't be stretched into a full book, and that is fine. Short stories are fantastic, they're wonderful, and I want to be able to showcase them here. We also are looking for and have essays and reflections on lived experiences and powerful shorter stories that deserve an audience. So you'll find those inside of our growing folio, and as we expand and continue to acquire authors, we will continue to expand the footprint of those digital offerings. We love stories that are bold, edgy, original, emotionally honest, culturally aware, and human. And sometimes we like those sentient stories too. We also love essays about life, identity, resilience, becoming, and people who have encountered experiences that are not necessarily usual on their journey of life. Um, we want to, in doing this, we want to make sure that we are allowing for access. Um, like I said earlier, too much talent goes unseen. And at the same time, we're entering into this era of low quality, mass produced content in creative spaces. And many of you know that is AI sludge. We want to continue to build content that stands for craft, for the human voice, intentional storytelling, that work that has a pulse and that lives within itself. So at Capecchi, we want readers to have experience, I should say, not have, but we want them to experience culture emotion, discovery, and movement. We want readers to feel like they found something, and we want them to feel changed and stirred and inspired and understood. That's what reading is about. That's what opening up yourself is about. We want them to encounter stories that stay with them long after that screen is clicked off. Kopecki is heading toward becoming a premium digital publishing house for distinct voices. That is a lot to say. So, what we were trying to build is trust, a trusted home for writers and readers, toward and curation, creating a brand where originality matters, and we're just getting started. So our focus on curating stories that have life and really resonate with our viewership, our readership is really where we're starting off. So we are building slowly. We will be offering digital books in a few months, but we are starting here on a platform that allows us to start filling space and allows writers to be seen. So, whether you're a writer trying to find your lane, or a reader looking for something real, or someone who simply loves the power of story, you're in the right place. This is Kopecki. I am Nicole, and I thank you for being here, and I thank you for the privilege of your time because that in and of itself is valuable. Until next time.